Well, we're standing in Destination Tyneside, which is Discovery Museum's newest permanent gallery. It opened on the 13th of July this year. And it was hugely influenced by the work of revisioning, in that the revisioning project, through its work with local communities, found some of the gaps that we have in Discovery Museum. One of the biggest being that a number of participants from minority ethnic communities felt that their stories, history and voices weren't represented within the museum, and the staff felt that this was having an impact on our visitor demographics and who was coming into the museum. So we felt that that was quite a crucial part of our offer that we needed to expand upon. The other thing that really had a big impact was the feedback that lots of people really liked stories and they felt there weren't enough stories. So when you walk around the gallery, you meet a number of key characters who you follow on their journey to Tyneside, and the feedback from those individuals and families when they came to see the gallery for the first time was really overwhelmingly positive. They felt quite a lot of pride for their family, and I think they were shocked that a museum would want to feature their story, which is a surprising response. I think the stories have been really popular with younger kids, especially the historic stories. I think they've really gotten into the characters and why they might have been moving and how they might have felt. So I think that whole attempt to try and engage visitors with the emotions of a migrant has been successful. A number of staff who were involved with revisioning were trained in the participatory techniques, which involved setting up for a day down in the museum and speaking to visitors, asking them about the museum and what they wanted from it, and about Newcastle and how they viewed it. So again, we used that technique when we were developing Destination Tyneside, and members of the project team went downstairs, spoke to visitors and asked them what they knew about migration, the kinds of things they'd like to find out, what sort of things they already knew. So it's really helpful in forming a baseline of people's knowledge, and that fed into the brief that we developed for this gallery. With the interactives, we wanted people to be able to come in and have a go and see how the content related to them and their lives. So some of the most successful and popular interactives are Trace Your Family Surname, where you can see the geographical distribution of your family name in 1881 and 1998. And I think it gives a sense of movement and it gets across the message quite quickly and easily. We've also got the British citizenship test, so you can take a trial. There's only 12 questions, but it demonstrates how hard it is to pass. We'd like to find out how much the gallery has changed the visitor profile for Discovery Museum, whether different diverse communities feel that their stories are represented in the museum. And we're also interested through the evaluation in finding out about the approach that we've taken in terms of the interpretive style, so how people feel about the stories within the gallery and if they feel that they're quite powerful. But I think that it's just the first step really in doing a lot more events and activities designed to encourage people to see this sort of part of our history that's not really been represented elsewhere.